Somber night for all of Baltimore. Ravens Super Bowl champion and a beloved legend, O.J. Brigance, passes away after his heroic battle with ALS. A legacy on the team, the city, and the ALS community that spanned over 2 decades. And tonight, our thoughts and prayers are with Shanda and his family. Welcome into the news at 11, everyone. I'm Rick Ritter. O.J. Brigance battled ALS for 19 years, and you never saw him complain. He always had a smile, and with his wife Shanda next to him every step of the way. Juice, as his teammates and friends called him, beat ALS every day by the way he lived. Ravens fans will never forget O.J. Brigance rolling into Baltimore as a free agent back in 2000. Number 57 flying around the bank, the heart and soul of a special teams unit that leaned on him week in and week out, playing a pivotal role in capturing Super Bowl 35 and letting the entire sports world know the Ravens franchise has truly arrived.
To the state of Maryland, this belongs to you.
It was Juice's only season in Baltimore, but it was all he needed to capture the hearts of the city. A place he called home after retiring in 2002. A place that 5 years later he would lean on when diagnosed with ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, a disease with no known cure. At 37 years old, the outlook was grim. Juice was not expected to live past 40. But a disease cannot defy O.J. Brigance, not when you have a true angel by your side and his wife and companion Shanda, the living embodiment of the vows we take at the altar. And together, they launched the Brigance Brigade Foundation, raising awareness and support for those fighting ALS.
We're here for a purpose. O.J. is still here for a purpose. What the purpose is has not been completed.
A story, a couple, and a foundation that all of Baltimore gravitated to. Never a complaint from either. Their spirit, their hearts, and their positivity simply contagious.
Shanda and I are honored to have your support for our mission as Equip, encourage and empower those diagnosed with ALS and their families.
BBF raised millions of dollars over the years, funding equipment for families battling the same disease. But even bigger than that, giving those families a glimpse of hope when all was feeling hopeless.
We have discovered quite often when difficulties impact our lives, we will be presented with the opportunity to assist others experiencing the same journey.
With a mind that remained sharp, O.J.'s message and inspiration was unmatched. Part of why the Ravens brought him on as a senior advisor to player development. No words meant more in the building than from O.J. Brigance, with former coach John Harbaugh often saying, O.J. is the strongest man in the organization. And if you were fortunate enough to have a bond with him, then you know just how cherished that was.
The Brigance Brigade has been impacting the lives of families affected by ALS.
How can you sum up a man who brought an entire city together? You can't. O.J. and Shanda often said how lucky they were to have the love and support they do. Well, we were the lucky ones, inspired day in and day out by the way O.J. lived and his infectious smile. A smile and legacy that is now cemented in our hearts forever.
My hope is that people would take from today and my legacy the spirit of resiliency. No matter what happens to us in life, we have an opportunity to respond by helping others. When all is said and done, know that we are stronger than ALS and anything else that we may face.
And there will never be another O.J. Brigance. WJZ is fortunate enough to be the proud media partner of the Brigance Foundation. One of O.J.'s last public appearances at his soiree in February. He told all of us, do not sweat the little things. Sometimes things might seem big today, but in hindsight, they're really small, urging everyone to live in the moment. And we want to continue our coverage now with sports director Alex Glaze. Alex, we can't even put into words what O.J. meant to the team and this organization.
Oh my gosh, I mean, this is a guy that stretched far beyond the football field. It meant so many things to so many people, an inspiration and hero to so many. And tonight the Ravens are remembering one of their most beloved players. And the Ravens posted a beautiful tribute honoring O.J. on their social media pages. And we've seen current and former players reacting to the news that rocked this entire community. And tonight, O.J.'s former teammate and fellow Super Bowl champion, Qadri Ismail, is remembering his friend.
When I look at the times where our Super Bowl team in some form or fashion got together and OJ was a part of it, without question, none of us walked unless he was with us. We going out on that field, OJ is going out there with us. When it came to being a special bond and brotherhood, you don't write the story without OJ Brigance being a centerpiece to that story. He was an incredible man, an awesome, amazing teammate, and just a wonderful human being. And I love him and I miss him dearly. And I know that his legacy lives on forever.
And the tributes continue tonight. Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti released a statement earlier this evening that says, in part, we're devastated by the awful news that we've lost OJ Brigance. OJ was a beloved legend, mentor, and man to everyone who was fortunate enough to know him. OJ's spirit will remain a part of this community forever. And Ravens Executive Vice President Ozzie Newsome said OJ's service to our community, to the Ravens, and to the fight for a cure for ALS will never be forgotten. With heartfelt sorrow, we extend our deepest sympathies to Shanda and the Brigance family.
We can't say that enough tonight, thanking Shanda and all of OJ's loved ones. Alex, thank you. Let's get to the weather now as we take